receive her King. You gotta let every heart prepare him room. Oh, and heaven and nature sing, let heaven and nature sing, let heaven and nature sing. Joy to the world, the Savior reigns. Oh, let men their songs employ. Wild winds and floods, rocks, hills and plains. Repeat the sound in joy, repeat the sound in joy. Repeat, repeat the sound in joy. Prove all the glories of his righteousness. Oh, and wonders of his love, and wonders of his love, and wonders, wonders of his love. Set joy to the world, the Lord has come. Let earth receive her King. And you gotta let every heart prepare him room. Oh, and heaven and nature sing, let 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 heaven and nature sing. Well, it's wonderful to be here this morning. Thanks so much for having us in. Again, I'm Brian, this is Molly, and we're going to be playing some music for you this morning, some Christmas songs, some normal songs, although with us nothing is ever really all that normal. And I do want to say thank you to Tim and Cindy that are sitting up here for supporting us the way that they do, and give them a hand for being generally awesome people. And thanks to Allison, and also I want to give a shout out to Brian back there running sound. And he spells his name the right way and everything, and Jason helped him set up. There's just a bunch of awesome people here. So
it could be Jason today, I thought about it.
Yeah, it's on the music stand, we've got the name tag. So anyway, gonna do a song that Molly sings, and I'll let her tell you about it because it's her favorite Christmas song.
It is, and at any point, just feel free to sing along because we love that. I actually have a degree in vocal music education, so it always makes me a little bit happier when I see people singing along. But this is a song that's in a minor key, and usually minor key songs are sadder. So they sound a little bit foreboding or mysterious, but this song is actually really joyful, and that's why I like it so much, because it sounds like something that shouldn't be, you know? But this is one called God Rest You Merry Gentlemen. God rest you merry gentlemen, let nothing you dismay. Remember Christ our Savior was born on Christmas Day to save us all from Satan's power when we were gone astray. Oh, tidings of comfort and joy, comfort and joy. Oh, tidings of comfort and joy. In Bethlehem in Israel this blessed babe was born, and laid within a manger upon this blessed morn. The which his mother Mary did nothing take in scorn. Oh, tidings of comfort and joy, comfort and joy. Oh, tidings of comfort and joy. From God our heavenly Father a blessed angel came, and unto certain shepherds brought tidings of the same, how that in God by name. Oh, tidings of comfort and joy, comfort and joy. Oh, tidings of comfort and joy. To the Lord sing praises, all you within this place, and with true love and brotherhood each other now embrace. This holy tide of Christmas doth bring redeeming grace. Oh, tidings of comfort and joy, comfort and joy. Oh, tidings of comfort and joy.
So Molly and I are very fortunate. We get to play music for a living, and I've been paying the bills that way for about 8 years, and Molly jumped on board. It's been just a little over 2 years ago now, and just the fact that we get to travel all over the place and sing these songs, and it's something we're always grateful for, and especially that we get to do it together. You know, I was on the road by myself for a long time, and I kind of thought that's how it would always be, and then Molly and I met, and a whirlwind happened, and you know, at the end of it, we're married, and we get to do this job together now. So this is a song about being grateful for that, and this is one called A Song to Give. Across the bay, stars coming out the wind in your face. Early morning the birds will sing, coffee cups ain't reaching for your ring. It's not about the money that we don't have, 'cause the years are something you don't get back. And if all we had was a song to give, that's all we needed. Something you don't get back. And if all we had was a song to give, that's all we needed. Guitar, beat up suitcase, and a mason jar.
Another road in another place, wayfarer traveler saved by grace.
It's not about the money that we don't have. Oh, 'cause the years are something you don't get back. God, if all we had was a song to give.
If all we had was a song to give,
but that's all we need.
So this next one is another one of my favorites, and it only just really became so last year, because for our Advent at our church last year we did this kind of carols thing where our pastor would talk about a carol and go really in depth with the history, and then we'd go up and sing it. And it was a lot of fun, and I didn't really know this one that much before, but she talked about it and how, like, it's called In the Bleak Midwinter, and so it's like when Christ came into the world, it was really dark and it was cold, but he created that light, and so there's always something to look forward to, and that's kind of the hope of this song. In the bleak midwinter, frosty wind made moan. There stood hard as iron, water like a stone. Snow had fallen, snow on snow, snow on snow. In the bleak midwinter, long ago, angels and archangels, they have gathered there. Cherubim and seraphim thronged the air. But his mother only in her maiden bliss worshipped the beloved with a What can I give him for as I am? If I were a shepherd, I would bring a lamb. If I were a wise man, I would do my part. What can I give him? Give my heart.
So probably my favorite sacred Christmas song, if you will, is the one we're about to sing. My favorite Christmas song as a whole is a Tom Waits song. Ask me about that later if you want to know more about it.
It's not something you should talk about from up here.
It'll preach, but it's a little bit different. So there's some people here that know what I'm talking about. For the rest of you, I'm sorry that I just did an inside joke from the stage. Anyway, I love this song because I think it speaks to the fact that, you know, as Molly said sort of before the last one, stuff was messed up when Jesus came, right? Like, it's funny how we do this revisionist history thing, and it's just all, you know, joy and triumph.
No, the
and,
Romans were nice people.
right, I mean, no, it was awful. And, you know, this song kind of speaks to how needed that sort of transformative power was of love and kindness, and how radical really that was at the time. And I think this song definitely preaches now too for the same reason. It's called O Come Emmanuel. O come Emmanuel, and ransom captive Israel that mourns in lonely exile here, until the Son of God appears. Rejoice, rejoice, Emmanuel shall come to thee, O Israel.
Oh, come thou wisdom from on high, and order all things far and nigh. To us the path of knowledge show, and cause us in her ways to go.
Rejoice, rejoice, Emmanuel shall come to thee, O Israel.
Oh, come thou dayspring, come and cheer our spirits by thy justice here. Disperse the gloomy clouds of night, and death's dark shadows put to flight.
Rejoice, rejoice, Emmanuel shall come to thee, O Israel. Oh, come, desire of nations, find in one the hearts of all mankind. Bid thou our sad division cease, and be thou now our King of peace. Rejoice, rejoice, Emmanuel shall come to thee, O Israel. Rejoice, rejoice, Emmanuel shall come to thee, O Israel. We're going to do a couple original songs here, and this is one that's really about being nice to people. It's as crazy as that sounds. I know that like we live in this time where everybody's angry, especially if you're on Facebook or Twitter. It's like you got to turn that rage dial up all the way to 10, and especially if you don't agree on stuff, that's when you really got to be mean to people, it seems like. And this song is kind of about saying, hey, let's stop, let's take a minute. We don't need to always agree on everything just to be, nice to each other. We can have different ideas and still gather at the same table. And I think we could use a lot more that sort of hippie style, like love and kindness and just, that sort of stuff in the world right now. So we're part of a church called Disciples of Christ. And sort of the central, I guess, theme, if you will, is that everything is about the communion table. And you can have people from completely different ends of the political spectrum. You can have people that disagree on stuff when it comes to theology, but as long as everybody can meet at that communion table and still love each other, then that's the most important thing. So we wrote a song about it. This is one of our hippie songs called Room at the Table.
One of is the key.
When the anger burns inside and you don't know how to hide it, when the trouble starts to come, tell me where your soul can run to. When it feels like love is lost, how much does your pride cost you? Well, just find the higher road and stop carrying that load round. There's always room at the table for the sinners and the angels. Well, if you're breathing and you're able to meet me at the table. Shouldn't kindness have a say in the way we treat our neighbors? And when gratitude takes hold, that's when love will start to show through. There's always room at the table for the sinners and the angels. Well, if you're breathing and you're able to meet me at the table. Song, either way is wrong. Laugh, sing or cry, oh, you can find me every time. Oh, there's always room at the table for the sinners and the angels. Well, if you're breathing and you're able to meet me at the table, oh, for the sinners and the angels. Well, if you're breathing and you're able to meet me at the table. Thanks, everybody. So this next one is a song that I actually did for the very first time at Tim and Cindy's house. I played a house concert for them a couple of years ago, and I think at this point in my life, Molly did exist, but she wasn't there.
I existed before you did.
I know, but I was not aware of your existence.
I knew we were way better than I was expecting.
Yeah. In any case, I was living in a van down by the river, and just traveling around. Molly was still working a regular job, but I played this house concert, and I've just written this song, and there's bad stuff that happens in the world all the time, and some days it just feels like it's happening more and more, and you don't know what to do about it. And the best I can figure, the only thing we can do is just try to love people as much as we can, and for us, we just got to keep singing. So that's where this song came from. seem to find any answers, and it's hard to know just what they cost. Oh, just as long as I've got a beat in my heart, I will sing and never stop. When pain overwhelms goodness and the hate is a little bit too strong, oh, even when the light is fading, I will sing and never stop. Oh, I will sing in the hard times of sadness. I will sing when the day gets dark. Oh, no matter what this world brings around, I will sing and never stop. Of toughest trials, oh, when it feels like we're finally lost, oh, just as long as I'm still breathing, I will sing and never stop. Oh, I will sing in the hard times of sadness. I will sing when the day gets dark. Oh, no matter what this world brings around, I will sing and never stop. Times of sadness, I will sing when the day gets dark. Oh, no matter what this world brings around, I will sing and never stop. Oh, no matter what this world brings around, I will sing and never stop.
So a little background on this next song, and I'm sorry, Tim, if I make you cry, but this is a song that I wrote about my mom. She was in the Methodist church for, I think, the longest amount of time I've ever known somebody to be a Methodist. But she grew up in the same church she ended up being the music minister in. And so I grew up in that kind of world. Like, everybody knew who I was. I didn't know anybody's name. But I never know anybody's name. But I got to see that kind of example. And she was an incredible woman. And about 10 years ago, she passed away after the third round of cancer. So she put up a fight. But I wrote this song because it's basically her, but most of the song is kind of in that minor key that sounds sad, right? The last chord I made major because I know that after this life, there's another one, and I know I get to see my mom again. This is called Singing in Heaven. Walk with me by the lake sometime. Hold my hand and lead me. Let the waves wash up our skin. Lift me up and spin me around. Swim until the sun goes down. laugh until we cry. Feel the fire that's in our guts. People just may think we're nuts. This life hasn't gone according to plan. I met my man out of happenstance. The song is a part of the story I'm telling, and my greatest fan is singing in heaven. Life is not fair, but we get by however we can. This life hasn't gone according to plan. I met my man at a happenstance. The song is a part of the story I'm telling, and my greatest fan is singing in heaven. And my greatest fan is singing in heaven. And my greatest fan is singing in heaven. Thank you. I also bring that song up because there are people that, struggle around the holidays and
Yeah, for
with
sure.
stuff like that. Because Christmas was one of my mom's favorite times. So it's one that always reminds me of her. And it doesn't really get easier after 10 years, but it gets easier when you sing a song about it.
Yeah, and that's okay. I think that's something we try to be aware of, at least try to pass on to people. The holidays are a complicated time, It doesn't have to be like as simple as ho ho ho, there's Santa Claus, so everything's happy now. There's a lot more to it than that.
And I think with it being Joy Week, Joy doesn't forget about the bad stuff, It
No,
just
yeah, it's
focuses more on the fun stuff.
the whole thing all together. We got one more original song, and then we're going to do a Christmas sort of classic that everybody can sing along with to close out our part of things today. But this is a song we wrote after we moved into our house. How many people here know where Dublin is? Anyone ever heard of Dublin? We got a couple. We got a few.
Not Ireland.
Not Ireland. Lower your hand if you think it's Ireland.
Ohio? Indiana.
Dublin,
Guys,
Indiana.
come on.
Yeah, it's on the old National Road, US 40.
Near Cambridge City.
Yeah, we're about 20 miles west of Richmond. So it's a town of 700 people, and that's where we live. Yeah, big town. So
Brian moved a whole 5 miles from his parents'
I was
house.
going to say, it's the same county I grew up in, but Molly moved up from northern Kentucky, and we bought a house, and 2 years ago, we got engaged Thanksgiving weekend during a
Black
show.
Friday.
Yeah, and so we get engaged. The next day, we move into the house, and we don't have half the stuff unpacked, but we went straight to Hobby Lobby, and we bought a Christmas tree.
Because that's when you put it up.
And we thought it was like, priority number one. So we got that up, and we ended up getting this song out of it the first night or two in the house. And,
I think we ordered pizza that night because we couldn't
Yeah.
cook anything.
Exactly. This is called 10 More Miles. This is about home and Christmas and all that good stuff. The rain is falling softly on the ground, and the lights are on the Christmas tree. I don't need a snowflake to fall with your arms around me. This time of year, well, it goes so fast. Hold on to me, and we'll make it last. 10 more miles and we'll be home, right back where you and I belong. 10 more miles and we'll be home, right back where you and I belong. So let's pour some wine and sing along. our Christmas song. I can feel the changes in the wind. It's an energy you can't deny. I don't need to ask for anything at all. 'Cause home is where we find the lights. For this time of life, well, it comes and goes. Hold on to me, and we'll make it slow. 10 more miles and we'll be home. Right back where you and I belong. 10 more miles and we'll be home. Right back where you and I belong. So let's pour some wine and sing along to our Christmas song. Turn on the radio, dance with me real slow. Turn on that Christmas tree, it's the only light we need. And this crazy loud, oh well, let's sing a song. Hold on to me, we'll make our voices strong. 10 more miles and we'll be home. Right back where you and I belong. 10 more miles and we'll be home. Right back where you and I belong. So let's pour some wine and sing along to our Christmas song. Well, again, thank you so much for having us this morning. This has been awesome. We really enjoyed it. We're going to play one more song here, and y'all are welcome to sing along if you want. You'll definitely know it.
Well, it matches two of them together.
Yeah, there's 2 songs in one, and you'll know both of them. So, real quick, as you're headed out later today, we've got a little table set up. So if you want to grab a card and keep up with us, we've got a website and a Facebook and all that good stuff. And we've got a couple different albums back there. If you're old school like us and you still play those shiny round metal things that are called CDs, we have those. I know nobody really does that much anymore. Although we actually have 2 old cars that have cassette players, so we've been listening to a lot of cassettes lately. But, you know, we don't have those, just CDs. Anyway, this is we're going to start with Angels We Have Heard on High, and then we're going to end with a little Hark the Herald Angels Sing. So feel free to jump right in there. Angels we have heard on high, sweetly singing over the plains and the mountains in the black, echoing their joyous strains. Pretend like we're all in the Peanuts gang on a Charlie Brown Christmas. We're gathering around his sad little tree at the very end.
After they decorate it.
After they decorate it, We're going to sing like they were singing to Charlie Brown, all right? Here we go. Hark the herald angels sing.